Good morning, students. Today I am going to discuss about the unit number 2, that is the testing of IC engine and emission control. So in this unit there is a lot of numericals are there. So we have to do the many numericals here because most of the numericals are coming in the exam from this unit. So apart from the numericals there are some theoretical parts also is there. So initially we will complete the theoretical part and then we'll go for the numerical one. So today I am going to start about the combustion in engine. So there are we know that there are two types of engine, spark ignition engine and compression ignition engine. So first of all we'll discuss about the how combustion will take place in spark ignition engine. How combustion will take place in spark ignition engine. So now we have already discussed that in SI engine we are supplying the air fuel mixture. So already the mixture of air and fuel is so that mixture is homogeneous, that is prepared by the carburetor. So in carburetor we are creating the homogeneous mixture of air and fuel, and that homogeneous mixture we are supplying to the engine, cylinder engine. So if you are drawing the, now we have to discuss about the how combustion will take place. Now for that I am drawing the cross sectional view of combustion chamber. So I am drawing the cross sectional view of, so we can say the top view of the cylinder, and if you are cutting that cylinder, so we can easily see this cross sectional view of the cylinder. Now the combustion chamber is the when the piston is at top dead center, then whatever the volume is available there above the piston and below the cylinder head, that we are calling the combustion chamber. And this when will be the piston at top dead center. So we know that at the end of compression stroke there will be the piston will come at the top dead center, means compression process already completed. Now we know that in spark ignition engine, in spark ignition engine at somewhere in the combustion chamber we are placing the spark plug. So we are placing some spark plug is there. So we can say that this is the position of spark plug. So we are thinking that this is the position of spark plug, and this diagram, whatever the diagram or graph you are looking here, that is the P theta diagram. What is that? That is a P theta diagram. That is the pressure in the cylinder, and at what crankshaft angle, what is the pressure is there, that is shown by here. So we know that if you are remembering the wall timing diagram, so we know that initially suction will carried out, and after that suction compression will be started, and we know that just before the top dead center, when piston is at the top dead center and before the 30-degree angle of crankshaft. Now you look at here, so this is the crank angle 30 degree. So this is the 30-degree crank angle, and here the compression process is carried out. So this is the compression line. So this curve is shown as a compression line, and here compression process is carried out inside the cylinder. Means here we are compressing it. What we are doing? We are compressing the air fuel mixture, and this line is showing the compression line. So from here we can say that there is a air fuel mixture is keeps on compressing. It is keeps on compressing. Now this compression will end at point B. Compression will end at point B, and if we are thinking that now I am taking one case, if there is a no combustion is occurring, अगर सिलेंडर में combustion नहीं होता है, if there is a no combustion in the inside the combustion chamber, so after that the maximum pressure may be achieved inside the cylinder, that will be the 10 bar, nearly 10 bar, and after that again there will be the expansion process is there and it will come like this. So this is the motoring curve. What is this? This is the motoring curve. If there is a no combustion will occur, at that time only compression will be occur, and after compression whatever the pressure and temperature is achieving, that will be the final temperature, and after that expansion process will be occur and we will get the this curve, that is the motoring curve. So here already it is written over here, this is the motoring curve, that means this is the non-firing curve. This is the non-firing curve, means if there is a no combustion is occurring, at that time it will achieve the like that. Now we know that if compression is occurring, so this is the TDC. What is this? This is the top dead center. This line is indicating the top dead center. Just before the 30 degree of top dead center, what we are doing? We are producing the spark. What we are doing? We are producing the spark inside the combustion chamber. Means this is the cross sectional view of combustion chamber, and at what time we are creating the spark? We are creating the spark just before the 30 degree of top dead center, when piston is before the 30 degree, means it is approaching the top dead center. So before 30 degree of the TDC we are creating the spark. Means if we are creating the spark will be create like this, and this will be like this spark will be like a thin thread. It will be like a thin thread, छोटे से thread जैसा होगा. So this thread is coming in contact with the air and fuel mixture. So here mixture will be there. So this thread is coming in contact with these molecules, air fuel mixture. So what will happen due to that? So this is the thin thread. Initially what is happening when you are creating the spark? So what will happen? This will be the thin thread, and due to that air fuel mixture will get heated. It will get heated, and due to the heating, what will happen? Due to the heating, what will happen? So the adjacent air fuel mixture will get heated, and it will create its nucleus. What it will do? It will approach the self ignition temperature. So for the burning of the air fuel mixture, we have to achieve the self ignition temperature. So once this thread of intense spark is coming in contact with the air fuel mixture, it will heat the adjacent air fuel mixture, and it will approach the self ignition temperature, and after that it will get ignited. What will it will get ignited, and here the nucleus will be formed. What will happen? Nucleus will be formed. So such nucleus will be formed after some time, because what will happen? First it will get the air fuel mixture will get heated, and once after heating, this air fuel mixture will achieve the self ignition temperature. It will achieve the self ignition temperature. After achieving self ignition temperature, it will get ignited, and it will form the nucleus. And whatever the phenomena I discussed, from production of the spark to the formation of the nucleus, whatever the time is required, that time we are calling as a ignition lag. And this is the first phase of combustion phenomena in spark ignition engine. So this we can see that this first, so this is the first phase of combustion phenomena in spark ignition engine, and that we are calling as a ignition lag or preparation of phase. So this is the preparation phase, and this is the first phase of combustion in SI engine. And this will occur from point A to the point B. So it is achieving, and this B point is exactly 8 degree before the top dead center. Means this phenomena of ignition lock will be occur from the 30 degree before TDC to the 8 degree before TDC, and this phenomena we are calling as a ignition lag. This for creating the or formation of the nucleus from the production of the spark. Whatever the time is required, that time we are calling as a ignition lag. So this is the first phase of combustion in SI engine. Now what is the second? Now we know that now this air fuel mixture is all over the combustion chamber. It is all over the combustion chamber, but we know that the formation of flame is occur at one of the end where the spark plug is located. So we know that, so we can find out that, so this nucleus is exactly formed near the spark plug. Now as the nucleus is forming, as it is creating the heat, it will heat the adjacent phenomena, and this flame will be propagated. So what will happen? This flame will propagate throughout the combustion chamber with constant velocity, and due to that there will be the burning of fuel will be occur, and due to that sudden rise in pressure will be occur. So this line is indicated from, so this is the point B, from point B, because as there is already nucleus has formed, flame nucleus is formed, and that flame nucleus will propagate throughout the combustion chamber with constant velocity. Due to that burning of fuel will be occur all over the combustion chamber, and as the burning is happening, heat will get released, and due to that pressure and temperature will increase suddenly, and we will get the peak pressure. And this, whatever the pressure rise and temperature rise is occurring from this compression pressure to the peak pressure, we are calling this second phase, and this second phase is the propagation of flame. So in this flame, what is happening is this side, the flame is propagating throughout the combustion chamber, and due to that there is a heating will be occur, burning of fuel will be occur, and sudden rise in temperature and pressure will be there. Therefore, if you are seeing, so this is the stage BC. Therefore, stage BC is called as propagation of flame or combustion period, which occurs at constant velocity with sudden rise in pressure and temperature. So where it is starting? It is starting at the point B, and after that flame is propagated throughout the combustion chamber, and reaches from one point to the farthest point of the combustion chamber, and due to that heat release will be occur, and there will be the, in this phase we will achieve the peak pressure. So you can see that this is nearly 30 bar. It is nearly 30 bar we are achieving, and later on the third stage is the after burning. What is that? So this is the after burning process, and this third stage is the some of the initial portion of expansion process in the SI engine. So it is we know that already maximum pressure is reached, and flame completes its travel from one end to other end, but there will be the some of the unburned fuel will be inside the combustion chamber, and that unburned fuel will burn in the after burning process, and this will occur during the earlier part of expansion stroke, and this process we are calling as a after burning process. So here what are the different phases are there? So in combustion of SI engine, there is a ignition lag is the first stage, then second stage is the propagation of flame, and third stage is the after burning. So these three main stages are there in combustion in SI engine. Now we'll see the combustion phenomena in CI engine. So again, here you can see the P theta diagram for the combustion of stages in CI engine. Now the process of combustion in CI engine, it is quite different from SI engine. Now again we will draw the, what we will do, we will draw the cross section of, so we have drawn the cross section of combustion chamber. We have drawn the cross section of combustion chamber. So again, so this is the atmospheric pressure, you can see that. So again there will be the compression phenomena will be occur. So I am saying this is the compression curve, I am saying this is the compression curve. If there is a no, so from here this is the compression curve. If there is a no combustion, so this will achieve the this motoring curve, and that's we are calling as a non-firing. So this compression will occur from atmospheric pressure to this nearly 15 bar. So it is I think this is quite because compression will occur from somewhere over here. Okay, let it be. So this is the compression curve shown over here. If there is a no firing occurring, if combustion is not occurring there, so it will follow this curve. So now we will draw the cross section of combustion over here. So here now, what is the difference in combustion of SI engine and CI engine? So in SI engine, what we are supplying the air fuel mixture, and at one of the end we are placing the spark plug, and due to that and just at the end of the compression stroke we are producing the spark, and due to the spark, so there will be the combustion will be occur. Means the combustion is occurring at one end and it is spreading all over the combustion chamber. But in whatever the combustion is occurring, that is not same combustion will occur over here. Now we know that already in SI engine there is a homogeneous mixture prepared by the carburetor, but here there is a no homogeneous mixture, because what we are injecting the fuel. What we are doing initially, what we are doing here, we are compressing air. What we are doing, we are compressing air. So if you are compressing air, so this compression air will get compressed inside the cylinder, and when the piston will come to the top dead center, so compression will be over. So thus, and at the end of the compression, what we are injecting fuel. What we are injecting fuel. So fuel will come everywhere, it will inject at all the places. So we have injected fuel. Now this fuel, now whatever the fuel we have injected in the combustion chamber, that's come in contact with the, so all the fuel particles. So we are saying that these are the fuel molecules, these are the fuel molecules, and these fuel molecules are come in contact, they came in contact with the compressed air. So they are coming in contact with the compressed air. So now this phenomena will occur for every molecule, whatever the molecule we have spread inside the combustion chamber. So all or every molecule will come in contact with the compressed air. Now there will be the heat transfer will occur in between the fuel molecule and compressed air. So compressed air is already high temperature, so what will happen, it will give the it will heat the fuel molecule, and due to the heating of the fuel molecule, there will be the evaporation of what, evaporation of fuel molecule will be occur. As there is a evaporation is occurring, they will reduce the adjacent compressed air temperature, and after that this fuel molecule will attain the its self ignition temperature. It is its self ignition temperature, and this same process will occur for each molecule. It will occur for each molecule, means there will be the injection of fuel and attaining the self ignition temperature. So for that there will be the some period time will be required. So this time we are calling as the ignition delay period. Now when you are injecting the fuel, from that there, so for igniting that fuel we need a time, because what will happen, this fuel molecule and compressed air, they will transfer heat to each other. First initially air will transfer heat to the molecule, due to that molecule will get evaporated. As the evaporation is happening, that's why there is a slight reduction in air temperature will be occur, and after that this fuel molecule will attain the self ignition temperature. So whatever the time required to start the actual burning of mixture, after injection of the first fuel droplet into the combustion chamber, that we are calling as the ignition delay period. And this is the first stage of combustion in CI engine. This is the first stage of combustion in CI engine, when the exact combustion of fuel will occur from the injection of first fuel droplet in the combustion chamber. So there is a ignition delay period, and this is indicated from this A to B. So this A to B is indicated as a ignition delay period. And second stage is the rapid or uncontrolled combustion. Now you can easily imagine that now everywhere there is a molecules of fuel molecule is there, so that all fuel molecule have attained its self ignition temperature. So what will they will start burning. So it will burn. So everywhere there is a burning of fuel will be occur, and due to that most of the they will, and in the, so auto ignition of that combustible mixture will be start at different places. So here all the molecule will start combusting, and that's why there is a as everywhere that molecule start burning, so that's why it leads to uncontrolled combustion and rapid pressure rise. So this can be indicated in the P theta diagram from point B to C, and here the fuel injection has already started. So you can say that if we are starting the fuel injection over here, so till this period there is a ignition delay period is there. Now at this point already every molecule has attained its self ignition temperature, so there is a uncontrolled phase will be occur, but in fuel injection is keeps on going on. So during this second, so this is the second stage, this first and second stage I am showing over here in terms of fuel injection. Means at this point we have started the fuel injection, and fuel injection is keeps going on. So this first stage, during this there is a ignition delay period, and every molecule have achieved its self ignition temperature, and after this first stage there is a uncontrolled combustion is there, because already at all the part there is a combustion is started, and due to that there is a rapid increasing pressure and temperature is occurring, and due to in this second stage the combustion has attained its highest pressure. So this is the highest pressure which are achieved. Now after this second stage also there is a injection of fuel is keeps going on, and we can say that at the end of second stage the temperature and pressure is already so high inside the combustion chamber, and due to that because we know that the fuel injection is not stopped at this point, so as the fuel is coming and as the pressure and temperature are already high in the combustion chamber, so whatever the fuel droplets injecting during this third stage they will burn, almost they will enter into the combustion chamber. Just they are entering and they are entering and burning, because pressure and temperature is quite high inside the cylinder. So in third stage, whatever the fuel droplets are coming, they will burn, exactly they enter the combustion chamber. And this third stage we are calling as a control combustion. This is the control combustion, and this is shown by this two dotted line. So we can say that this is the control combustion. This is the control combustion. So the heat evolved at the end of the control combustion is about 70 to 80 percentage of total heat of the fuel supplied during the cycle. After that, this is the fourth stage, and this stage is the after burning. So this is the after burning. So after that also there is a fuel injection is started, and it will stop here there. But some of the fuel that is not has burned till now. So because of the pure distribution of fuel particle, the burning of unburned and partially burned fuel particle left in the combustion chamber continue, and when they come in contact with the oxygen, they will get burned, and this process will happen in the fourth stage, that is the after burning. Means whatever the fuel particle that is not burned, that not get the oxygen, they will try to burn in the fourth stage, that is the after burning stage. And thus combustion continues during the part of the remainder of the expansion stroke, and this fourth stage we are calling as a after burning stage. So we can see that in combustion of CI engine, there is a ignition in delay is happening in the first stage, as all the molecules are coming in contact with the compressed air, and from compressed air there will be the heat transfer will be occur to the fuel molecule, and from that they will try to attain the self ignition temperature, and after attaining the same self ignition temperature, all the molecule will burn at the different location of combustion chamber. So prior to this stage there will be the ignition delay period, and after all the molecules start burning at different location, there will be the uncontrolled combustion will be occur, and they will attain the peak pressure. And after that already peak pressures and temperature are achieved, and due to that, after attaining the peak pressure, there is a control combustion will be occur, and after control combustion, whatever the unburned fuel are there, they will start burning, and that stage we'll call the after burning stage. And these four stages are there in the combustion of CI engine. So these are the combustion phenomena we have seen in spark ignition engine and CI engine, and that is quite important in this unit. And here I will stop, and we'll see tomorrow in the next topic of second unit. Thank you.